The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Miss Lutilapon Didem.
Chapter 16 Tom's Dream Becky's Revenge. That's what the great secret. The plan to return home with his brother Pirate and attend their own funeral. They had sailed over to the Missouri side on a log at twilight on Saturday, landing 5 or 6 miles below the village. They had slept in the woods till nearly daylight, and had then crept through the back land and finished their sleep upstairs in the church. At breakfast on Monday morning, Aunt Polly and Mary were very loving to Tom and very attentive to his wants. There was an unusual amount of talk, in the course of which Aunt Polly says, "Well, perhaps it was a fried joke, Tom, but it was cruel to let me suffer so. If you could come over on a log to attend your funeral, you could have come over and told me that you weren't dead." "Yes, you could have done that," said Mary, "and I believe you would if you had thought of it." "Would you, Tom?" asked Aunt Polly later sadly. Well, I don't know. It would have spoiled everything. Tom, I hope you love me as much as that," said Aunt Polly in a grief tone that discomforted the boy. "It would have been something if you cared enough to think of it, even if you didn't do it. Tom, you'll look back someday and it's too late, and wish you cared a little more for me when it would have cost you so little. Now, Auntie, you know that I do care for you. I know it's you better if you show me that you care. I wish no, I thought," said Tom regretfully, "but I dream about you anyway. That's something, isn't it?" "It isn't much. A cat doesn't that, but it's better than nothing." "What did you dream?" "Why, Wednesday night I dreamed that you were sitting over there by the bed, and Sis was sitting by the wood box, and Mary next to him." "Well, so we did. So we always do. And I dreamed that your Harper mother was here." "Why, she was here." "Did you dream any more?" "Oh, lots. But it's so dim now." "Well, try to remember, can you?" Somehow it seemed to me that the wild builder, the perhaps the Tom, the wild disclosed something yet. Tom placed his finger on his forehead for an exact minute and then says, "I got it now. I got it now. It's built the candle, and it seemed to me that you says, 'Why, I believe that door.'" "Good heaven, gone! Tom, gone!" "Just let me think a moment. Just a moment. Oh, yes, you said that you believed the door was open." "That's as true as I'm sitting here. I didn't I merely go on, and then, well, I won't be certain, but it seems as if your man Cisco and, well, what did I make him do, Tom? You made him your own. You made him shut it. Goodness gracious, I never heard anything like that in all my day. There is some truth in them. Serena Harper shall know of his before I'm an hour older. When I tell her about my dream, she says rubbish and fancy. Go on, Tom. Oh, it's all getting as big as they now. Next you says that I was bad, only mischievous. And so I did. Well, go on, Tom. And then you began to cry. I did. No, for the first time either. And then Mr. Harper began to cry, and said Joe just the same. And she wished that the hadn't wished him for talking the key which she threw away herself. Good Lord, Tom, this is a miracle. Goodness gracious. Go on, Tom. Then she said, he says, I don't think I said anything. Said Sid. Yes, you're this, Sid, said Mary. Shut your mouth and let Tom go on. What did he say, Tom? He says, I think he said he hoped I was Harbour where I had gone through, but if been better some time. There, do you hear that? His very words, and you made him shut up. I did, an angel must have shown you all that, Tom. There was an angel with you, and Mr. Harper told about Joe making her jump, and you told about Peter and the painkiller, as true as I'm sitting here. Then there was a lot of talk about having the funeral on Saturday. And then you and Mr. Harper cried, and she went. It happened just so. Tom, you couldn't have told. It's better if you seen it. And then what? And then I thought you pray for me, and I could see you and heard every word. You went to bed, and I was so sorry that I was on a piece of bark. We are not dead. We are only being pirates, and I put it by the cutter. And then you look so good lying there asleep that I thought I went and I leaned over and kissed you. Did you, Tom? Did you? I forgive you everything for that. And then she threw her arm about him. He felt the guilty of villain. Here's a big apple I've been saving for you, Tom. If you were ears found again, now off you go, or of your was enough of my time. The children left for school, and already went to call on Mr. Harper and conquer her disbelief with Tom's marvelous dream. What a hero Tom was now! He did not go jumping and dancing, but sat with his chest like a parrot who felt that the public eye was on him. He tried not to seem to see the look or hear the remark as he passed along, but there were food and drink to him smaller boy than himself and his fill. as proud to be seen with him as if he had been the drummer at the head of procession of an elephant leading a circus into town, but of his own sight pretended not to know that he had been away at all. But in reality, they were eaten up with envy. They would have given anything to have that dark, sunburned skin of his and his glittering frame. At school, the children were so full of admiration for Tom and Joe that the two heroes soon became unbearable. Finally, when they got out their pipes and went puffing around the very height of Golliwogg's dishes, Tom decided that he could be independent of Becky Thatcher now. Glory was sufficient. He would live for glory. Now that he was distinguished, perhaps she would be wanting to be free again. Well, she would see that he could be as proud as some other people. Isn't she alright? Tom pretended not to see her. He moved away, joined a group of boys and girls, and began to talk. Soon he observed that she was running gaily to and fro, pretending to chase schoolmates, and screaming with laughter when she made a capture. But he noticed that he always made his capture in his neighborhood. After a time, she gave up playing and moved hesitatingly about, glancing occasionally at Tom. Then she observed that Tom was talking more particularly to Amy Lawrence than to anyone else. She grew disturbed and uneasy as one. She tried to go away, but her feet led her to the group instead. Mary, I want to tell you about the picnic, says Becky to a girl almost at Tom's elbow. Oh, who's going to give it? My mother going to let me have fun. I hope she will let me come. She will. The picnic for me. She let anybody come that I want, and I want you. That's nice of you. When is it going to be? Soon, perhaps in the holiday. Oh, won't it be fun? Are you going to invite all the boys and girls? Yes, everyone who is a fan of mine or want to be. And she glanced at Tom, but he talked on the Amy Lawrence about the storm on the island and how the lightning tore the great tree to bits while he was standing within 3 feet of it with a clapping of joyful hands. All the group begged for invitation except Tom and Amy. Then Tom walked off with Amy. Becky, I feel the cheer. She went as soon as she could and sat along till the bell rang. Then she dried her eye, held up her head, and said that she knew what she would do during the interval. Tom continued in the company of Amy and kept wondering about Becky in order to make her feel angry. At last, he caught sight of her. She was sitting on a little bench behind the school, looking at a picture book with Alfred's temper. So deeply interested were there. and so cross together were their heard over the book, that they did not seem to notice anything else. Jealousy laid hard to Tom. He called himself a fool for throwing away the chance of becoming friends again, which Becky has offered. Amy's happy talk became unbearable. Tom spoke vaguely about something which he had to do and hastened away. She thinks that that over this fool is better than I am, he thought, grinning his teeth. Oh, all right. I have him a beating the first time I saw him, and I do it again. He went through the motion of fretting an imaginary boy, hitting the air and kicking and pulling. Oh, you are had enough. Have you? You have you? No. Let's have be a reason to you. And so the imaginary beating was finished to his satisfaction. Tom fetched home at noon. His conscience could not bear any more of Amy. Careful happiness and his jealousy made the sight of Becky and of a temper together unbearable to Becky looked at some more pictures with Alfred, but no Tom came to suffer. She grew miserable, and when Alfred kept on exclaiming, "Oh, here a nice one! Look at this!" she lost patience and said, "Oh, I don't care for them," and got up and walked away. Alfred went thoughtfully into the desert school. He easily guessed the truth. The girl had simply made use of him to annoy Tom Sawyer. He wished that there was some way to getting that boy into trouble without making to himself. His eye fell on Tom's spelling book. Here was his opportunity. He opened it at the lesson of the afternoon and poured ink upon the page. Becky, glancing in at window behind him, saw him and moved away quickly. She hurried away, intending to find Tom and tell him. Tom would be thankful, and their trouble would be end before she was halfway home. However, she changed her mind. She thought of Tom's treatment of her when he was talking about the picnic, and she determined to let him be punished on account of the damaged spelling book and to hate him forever too.